one here, one here. So I've just removed that bolt from the center, so it would look as per that one. And then part of the kit for this is this loosening tool, M20 thread on there, screws into the into the guide that's here, that's held in place with these two 8mm bolts. And then literally there we go, this is loose. You literally tighten the center to free up the balance shaft. We'll go to the other side. Again, part of the kit is this plate which you fit in position. The crankshaft has a locating dowel, and then the two bolts locate into the crankshaft itself to position it TDC. And then you have this tool which has a tapered center locating pin and a lug to locate into the balance shaft. And then the idea is that you rotate it to a point where it is located there. The kit didn't come with an extra bolt for this, which is strange. It had the 4 bolts for here, these 2 bolts, but not one for here. Anyway, there's lots of spare bolts knocking about. Just make sure that's home. Okay, so that now positions the balance shaft ready for tightening. And this side is where are we? Get the right port to look through. We were gone. So that's the approximate position with the, you more or less see that forms a straight line between this locking hole and the 2 holes in the balance shaft. So this one can now do the same. So all a load of faff, really. So that now this is just part of assembly. The gear, internal gear, is a taper fit onto the balance shaft, and literally just rotating the engine on the support frame has been enough just to nip the gear onto the taper. So anyway, there we go. So we're now aligned. As I say, I've already done that side, so I'll just get this nut wiped off, and then we can tighten that up. And for the time being, I'm going to leave that plate because it's locking the crank in TDC, which might help me with the rear timing chain assembly. So this is one of those moronic engines where all the timing is sandwiched between the gearbox and the engine. So yeah, this has had new, I'll come back to it, I'll tell you what's done in a second, excuse me. Okay, we've got that end bolt in now, so it's pulled the gear onto the balance shaft, or vice versa, whichever way you look at it. And we need now to remove this. So kind of one-handed. Just acquired this, by the way. It is a Makita, what's the model number? DWR180. And I have to say, suitably impressed. It's proving to be very, very good. Maybe the direction of rotation is changed by this little toggle, which don't know how long that's going to last, I'm not sure. And you can change the tips from 1/4 to 3/8 drive. So you just put a screwdriver in and then knock it through, knock that out and replace it with the 1/4 drive. So, sorry, 3/8 drive, so that's good. So there we go, that should be untightened. Get that, put that back where it came from with sort of different pots with different kind of stacks of bolts in. And then just have a little bit of a pry at that to release that. So that now goes back in the kit. That's that located. The bar screws into the end of the where we just had that. We've just put the securing bolt, screws into the end of that, and allows you to withdraw the balance shafts through the rear. Well, we've just had this fitted, and this is to allow you to fit an oil seal. Unbelievable, really, isn't it? Now they've got PTFE oil seals. So if you get oil, don't lubricate them intentionally. In fact, if anything, you need to clean any oil from any surface before you fit the oil seal. If you get oil between the seal and its seating surface, which is here, then it will leak. Another modern day kind of pile of rubbish, but no doubt it saves on threepence. So all these have to be fitted dry, the oil seals to such, and you need rubbish like this in order to do it. Anyway, so this kind of kit, what did this cost? From the old flea bay, £220 for that. And you also need this kit for doing the timing chain, another £200 or £300, so that's £500 in bits just for timing the thing. Well, anyway, Land Rover rubbish. This I did say we're going to say what this has had. I'll turn it over and explain. Okay, this is where we're at. This engine was running fine. It's from a Discovery 5. It's done 30,000 miles, and it has literally worn the cylinder bores away. It's had to have new cylinder bores, and new pistons, new shells, crank and conrod and main bearing shells, and it's done 30,000 miles. And I'm told the reason is that the strategy for cleaning the DPF is for the injection of extra diesel into the combustion chamber to increase the internal temperature of the DPF to clean it. But what it ends up doing is, because people buy these things and they just take the kids 300 yards to the school instead of them walking, etc, etc, 200 yards to the shop, it ends up diluting the oil, and then you lose the lubrication. You either do as this has and wear the cylinder bores away, or you seize the crank or remain in the on the crank because of lack of lubrication, because the oil is diluted so much. I'm told that is the cause of these issues. So, good old Land Rover. One solution to their problem creates a very expensive problem for the customer. Land Rover are even doing these exchange engines at just over £5,000 each. So they're making a healthy kind of living out of recycling these damn things, which are a pile of crap. Anyway, good old Land Rover. So that's where we're at with this one, and we'll continue and see where we get. So all the time, I might cover the timing gear. Where are we? Wrong end. Turned it over. Might cover the timing gear when I do that. Might not. I've got it all in this box here. The thing is, you don't get a Stanley knife with it, or craft knife, comb, whatever it is. But you do get all this. This was purchased from a Land Rover. Not a dealer as such. They are a private company that do all Land Rover bits. And this is what comes in this kit, the timing chain kit. So you get a rear oil seal, exchange pulleys, the chains, all the chains, your tensioners and your guides, and a couple of replacement gaskets and O-rings. All that for about £400. So it's definitely totting up. The price of this thing is totting up. Anyway, there we go. Enjoy.